Justice will always prevail over deception. Here's how some innocent convicts never gave up hope and escaped the clutches of false conviction.
Getting the tickets on the day of to begin.
This is Juan Catalan, convicted for the murder of Martha Puebla. 16-year-old Martha was fatally shot on May 12, 2003, in front of her home in California, just days before she was killed. Mario Catalan was charged with being an accessory to a gang killing for which she had provided evidence against him. Juan, Mario's brother, was watching Dodgers play the Atlanta Braves at Dodger Stadium with his 6-year-old daughter. Juan was identified as the shooter by an eyewitness. He was caught and given a criminal record. But a video showing him in pitcher Kevin Brown's uniform at Dodger Stadium allowed him to clear his name. He was detained by police and charged with murder. The police thought Juan, who had been present in the courtroom, had murdered Puebla in retaliation. Naturally, Juan had a justification. He and Melissa were at the stadium to watch the Dodgers play the Braves. But the police did not accept his story. It appeared that Juan might go to prison and die for a crime he didn't commit because the prosecutor, who had never lost a case, was pushing for the death penalty. He spent nearly 6 months in jail protesting his innocence while staring down the death penalty.
How long did you spend in jail?
It was about 6 months.
What was the very worst part for you?
The worst part was being away from my family.
Juan's tenacious lawyer pored through tapes for hours before spotting Juan in the crowd at a Dodgers game using scenes from Larry David's HBO series Curb Your Enthusiasm. Only then was the district attorney forced to drop the murder charges against Juan and grant him a $320,000 settlement. Greg Counts and Vandyke Perry were found guilty of the alleged 1991 sexual assault. It was based on the testimony of a woman who claimed that Courts, along with Perry and Leonard Jones, kidnapped her outside a Queens subway station. They forced her into Jones's hatchback and drove her to Central Park. They sexually assaulted her in the back seat of the car and outside of the park.
Their case was a wrongful conviction based on a rape allegation.
The two men were ruled out as no proof that the complainant had been punched in the face or endured other physical trauma, as she claimed was noted by her treating physician.
In 1991, 19-year-old Gregory Counts and 21-year-old Vandyke Perry were arrested for crimes they say they didn't commit.
Although there were no eyewitnesses or evidence against the men except the complainant's testimony, both men were convicted. After his conviction, Counts sought the help of the Innocence Project. There was a collaboration between the Conviction Integrity Unit, the Innocence Project, and the Office of the Appellate Defender's Reinvestigation Project to thoroughly reinvestigate the case.
These two men were convicted of kidnapping, rape, and sodomy because of the testimony of a complainant who recanted her accusation.
In the end, the investigators spoke to the complainant again after working together and speaking to other witnesses. She now claims that pressure from her boyfriend, who owed the men money, made her fabricate the false accusation, retract her testimony from the trial regarding the kidnapping and sexual assaults, and fully admit that the rape never happened.
Two men were convicted of kidnapping, rape, and sodomy because of the testimony of a complainant who recanted her accusations just 2 weeks ago.
Despite DNA evidence produced that pointed to someone else and firm alibis from the two men and inconsistent testimony from the accuser.
During that time, I played for my life. And I was young, I'm scared to death, I don't know what's going on.
Perry moved to the Pacific Northwest to try and start a new life.
Counts and Perry were finally released. And with this, we have come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.